Okay, I'm back. So this is going to be, again, we're still continuing with lesson 11.4. This is mean absolute deviation, MAD, part 2, and it's going to be the doozy example. So it may take me a couple screens to get through this. So basically what we're going to do is be given two sets of data, and we're going to have to find the mean absolute deviation for each, and then we're going to write a couple sentences comparing what the variation is, okay? So whatever we can find. So what we have is running times for movies, and it's going to be in minutes. Now, I'm just sharing with you, these notes are a little different than what we're going to be doing in class. So this is just giving you some more details as you need it. Okay. And we're going to break it down into two categories. We've got comedies and dramas. That doesn't look like comedies, doesn't it? It looks like, oh, there we go. And we've got 5 numbers for each one. So for comedies, 90 minutes, 95, 88, 100, 98. For the dramas, 115, 120, 120, 135, and 144. You can just eyeball it and you can already see the dramas tend to be longer when you think about it. Comedies just really aren't about a plot, they're just about having fun. Dramas, all about the plot, so it takes a little longer to establish a story. So we're going to start by finding the MAD of each. So let's do MAD of comedies. So first thing we need to do is to add up those numbers and to find the mean. So we've got 90 plus 95 plus 88 plus 100 plus 98, and we're going to divide it by 5. Okay, and just trust me when I say this, I'm going to use a calculator, and I get 471 over 5, and when I do the long division, it actually does terminate, and I get 94.2. Okay. Now, do you see why I'm talking about a calculator on these? Now we got to do the differences. So we're going to see the difference of 90 and 94.2. Take the absolute value, and we get 4.2. Oh, we have the, I'll do it underneath here, draw that there. So we get the absolute value of 95, take away 94.2, and we're going to get 0.8. And the absolute value of 88, take away 94.2, and that's going to give us 6.2. And then we're going to do the absolute value of 100, take away 94.2, and that's going to give us 5.8. And the absolute value of 98, take away 94.2, and that's going to give us a difference of 3.8. So now we're ready to get mad. So we're going to take all those absolute differences, 4.2, 0.8, 6.2, 5.8, 3.8, and we're going to divide by 5. So through the miracle of a calculator, we add up those numbers, we get 20.8 divided by 5, we do the long division, and we're going to get, it terminates 4.16, okay? So the MAD, mean absolute deviation, is going to be 4.16 minutes. So that means each of the movies is about 4.16 minutes away from the mean of 94.2 minutes, okay? All right, let's do the other guy. We'll do MAD of dramas. Okay, so we're going to find the mean. So we have 115 plus 120 plus 120 plus 135 plus 144 all over 5. Miracle of a calculator, we get 634 divided by 5, and that's going to simplify down to 126.8. Okay, so here comes the ugly bit. He knew it was going to happen. We're going to find the differences. So we're going to get 115, take away 126.8, and then take its absolute value, and we get 11.8. Let's see. Let's start over here. We get an absolute value of 120, take away 126.8, and that's going to give me 6.8. We're going to get that same thing again because 120 repeats. 26.8. That gives us 6.8. All right, we only got 2 more. Phew. 135 take away 126.8. The absolute value of that difference is 8.2. And last we have 144 take away 126.8. And that's going to give us a whopping 17.2. So next we're going to take and we're going to figure out the MAD. So with the MAD, we take those differences, 11.8 plus 6.8 plus 6.8 plus 8.2 plus 17.2, all over 5. Miracle of our calculator, we get 50.8 over 5. Do long division, and we get 10.16. So the MAD for dramas, mean absolute deviation, is 10.16 minutes. So that means that each movie, on average, is 10.16 minutes away from the mean of the movies of 126.8. Okay. Now, comparing them, basically what we saw in our observations. So the mean absolute deviation of comedies, which is 4.16 minutes, is less than the mean absolute deviation of dramas, which is that 10.16 minutes. This means the running times for comedies is closer together, meaning there's not a big, huge spread between the lengths of the movies comedies than those for dramas. So dramas can be shorter to much longer. I mean, look at the difference from 115 to 144. You know, that's a big difference. 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes longer. So, all right. Hope that didn't scare you too much. See you guys soon.